Hey, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, Elder Bishop, the Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash. And this is going to be a short lesson. It's late, but this is, still kind of on my mind. This is just inspired by, just all the turn of events, all the recent events since President Trump came into office. And there's been like a big switch in policy and then so-called direction, the illusion of the so-called direction in which, this new presidency wants to move forward and, so-called make America great. We've seen all this, madness in the politics between the Democrats and the Republicans. There were just another. Let me Google this real quick. Let me see. Airplane. There's like 5 or 6 airplane crashes within the last month. Let me just read some headlines. Delta Airline offers $30,000 to all Toronto plane crash passengers. They don't want to get sued, right? 2 dead after mid-air collision of 2 small single-engine, I believe it says planes. So there was a crash, in Arizona mid-air. Like what the hell is going on? Okay, but this is all pretty much prophecy speaking. Let me get Habakkuk. This is all prophecy speaking, and you're gonna see even more strange, so-called strange events that are going to be happening. But this is all the plagues of Yahweh Shai, taking hold of America, and ultimately the end of America is going to be complete destruction. So I'm gonna name this one America, basically, or Babylon, aka America, is a big mess, because that's pretty much what it is. It's a big mess. Everybody's confused. Everybody's sick. You have more outrageous things going on. They're still pushing the LGBT agenda, but it's under the guise of we're gonna stop doing all that. We're gonna stop funding these different government departments. Okay, which that's pretty much that's going to destroy America, which America is already trending in that way. But it's all to actually bring you into this new system that they're setting up, and they're not playing. And Trump is here to accelerate that. He's just the guy that the Most High set up to fulfill that role. All right, so they're really working on both sides, the left and the right. Let me bring this out. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And what is the vision speaking about? Well, the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Okay, and that's going to be outlawed pretty soon. You're not going to be able to speak about that as they roll out these technologies, and it becomes more evident that that's what the prophecy is talking about. Okay, and here at Great Millstone, we have not budged. We have not changed anything up. We have not, alluded to it being something else. We have spoke plainly and boldly in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, letting you know that that's what that is. And they're moving towards and accelerating towards that, that reality, which is prophecy. And they have Elon Musk there to bring in, universal basic income, to so-called shrink the government, to do, do certain things that, a president can't do. That it's crazy that like we've never seen this. We've never seen somebody else on the side of the president. The president gets elected, and then there's another individual right there with him in the Oval Office, wearing a T-shirt, a hat, and he's called Dark MAGA, which he comes in the spirit of Satan, which they're all Satan. Okay, so the prophecy, I want to get Isaiah. Let me get Revelation first. Revelation 13. All right, because when you look on the news, it's just a big mess. none of them agree on anything. They're all fighting with each other. I mean, there is they are working together to move forward with their agenda, but they're fighting each other. And that's pretty much, Satan kingdom being divided. Airplanes falling out of the sky, people coming up missing, people destroying each other, whole federal programs getting cut off, wildfires, okay, wars, and bigger events. See, we're not letting off on the gas. The Most High got the Spirit on us to continue to prophesy, and greater events are coming. Okay, heavier things are coming. Get ready for more shortages. You have the so-called bird flu, which is causing egg shortages. Okay, inflation is going up, and Trump said it's not his fault. He said this was Biden's fault why inflation is still going up. Okay, so they're pretty much what's the term they use? Well, you can use moving the goalposts. Okay, or they're gaslighting you. Okay, or they're outright lying to you or blaming somebody else. Or it wasn't me. Here it is. You can come in and let fire. Remember he had that show. What was it? Where he he's firing everybody. You're fired. Well, he's doing that now. His TV personality is being used for the destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay. So let me bring this out. Let me see. Bear with me. This is Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb. Okay, what is or who is that beast? This is the Roman Empire coming back into power. And that is fulfilled in America, NATO, and the EU, the Edomite nations. And they pretty much tell you that they're Rome coming back. They come in the spirit of Rome, and Rome, they were trying to pretty much conquer the whole world, and at one point they had power. They pretty much had power over the earth in that region. But now their hand has spread all over the earth. But since it's a wicked kingdom, the Most High is destroying their rulership. Okay, from the inside out. Their tongue is falling upon themselves. They're lying on it. They can't agree. They're lying on each other, or they're just outright lying. They're being exposed left and right. Okay, their agendas are being exposed. The people, the people are less inclined to believe them. Okay, they're seeing the hypocrisy. It's a big mess. Nobody knows what to believe. 1 minute it's this, 1 minute it's that. All right, they're moving with haste. They know they have a short time. Okay, there's all type of enchantments going out. All of a sudden, airplanes are falling out of the sky. All right, they're preparing you individuals for something big. Okay, and we understand what's coming. Okay, but ultimately it's fulfilled in prophecy. The prophecy of the destruction of Babylon the Great. You Edomites, two-thirds of our people in the heathen nations. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So this beast is, being compared to certain animals and animal characteristics. Okay, like a lamb. Okay, you have certain lambs that have, or like a goat or a lamb, they have those little horns. Certain species of lambs will have horns, right? And let's watch, because a goat can also be considered a lamb or a baby sheep. It's basically like a baby sheep, right? Yep. Like a sheep, lamb and mutton, collectively, sheep meat is one of the most common meats around the world, taken from domestic sheep. Okay, so it's basically like a baby sheep, a lamb, and lamb horns. And I'm Googling it. You're not going to be able to see this. I'm doing a do sheep have lambs? Why some sheep grow them and others don't. Okay, so you have certain sheep that have actually horns. Okay, so this beast that's coming up out of the earth is compared with a lamb, which a lamb is a very a docile, non-life-threatening creature. But that speaks to the parallels of, Babylon the Great, America, which you would think America is this, country, this nation that accepts all people, it, adopts all nations and allows you to worship any God, allows you to have freedom, allows you to make money, allows you to open up businesses. It's free. All the policies are for the people. Well, really, the people are voting. The people voted for, these policies. When it's literally, it's really. Wait, well, let's go back, because it's really a dragon. The people are not voting for their rights to be taken away. The people are not voting for them to be taxed more. The people are not voting for allowing immigrants to come into the country. Okay, nobody votes for those things. Okay, but they make it, and they situate it, and they pretty much concoct a way to make you think that you are for these things. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, and going into draconian rule, because ultimately what happens? All these policies that are coming to pass are to take more of your rights, are to keep you in a position of debt, to keep you as a slave. Look at credit card debt. Look at credit card ARP. Okay, the percentage of how much you got to pay back. The people didn't vote for that. So this is definitely a technocracy. This is definitely the rich. They make the policies. And then they give you only 1 or 2 choices, okay, to go down to the polls and vote. All right. And their agenda is all the same, to bring you into the NW to the O. Okay, that's what it's all about. And they're going to use more chaos. They're going to use more confusion. Okay, and then they're going to bring down the hammer, which that's what Trump is doing. Their goal in the Trump's presidency is to arrest over 1,000 so-called immigrants a day. But why the hell did they let them in the first place? And then they're going to send them to detention centers. Okay, Guantanamo Bay is now open to house more than 30,000 extra individuals that they want to, throw in those detention centers. And there's legislation on the books to incarcerate you American citizens. Okay, so it's a big mess. Okay, and the people, they're confused. They don't know what's going on. They're in derision. Okay, and this is the Most High taking you out. Okay, and ultimately the elites are going to be taken out, and the elites actually know what we're saying is true. They know that they're the Edomites. They know that we're the Israelites. Okay, they know that America's going to be destroyed. They know that they're going into captivity. Okay, they know that we're going to receive power. Okay, but the Lord has hardened their heart, and to make them believe, maybe we can, escape the Heavenly Father. Okay, so they're going to go ahead along with their plan. Okay, this is Isaiah 91, and it says the burden of Egypt, behold. Yeah, there's a burden, and we're going to read about it. There's a burden here on Babylon. You don't hear any other country, like no other country is really as important as Babylon the Great. All eyes are on Babylon the Great. Well, the Lord spoke of how He's going to make Babylon a gazing stock. Okay, all eyes are on Babylon the Great. America is the top nation on the earth, but it's rapidly declining. We're in that time. Okay, and the Lord said He's going to make a speedy riddance. So that's why things are happening in such high speed. Okay, and it's confusing to people. If you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, the Lord has not opened up your mind to see these things and to understand and to perceive, then you're all messed up. It's either you're scared of what's happening, you just are confused, and you say, I don't even want to think about it. I'm just gonna focus on, going to school. I'm gonna focus on getting my bag. I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna focus on that. Not knowing that you're being led as you're being led as a flock to the slaughter. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. Yeah, and that swift cloud is talking about the chariot. Okay, and the mighty angels, and the scriptures speak about the chariots coming back, the so-called UFOs. Well, hold on. Wasn't earlier this year, the end of last year, weren't they talking about the drones? The different things that are in the sky. What happened? They don't even talk about it no more. So you see how they control and they manipulate the narrative. They were just for like 3-4 weeks, they were just talking heavy about the drones, this, that, the UFO documents. We're going to release that. There's something in the sky. They're bringing in, eyewitness, eyewitness, basically eyewitnesses to, basically say their testimony. And they're releasing documents, and they're showing you little images and video. They're replaying the same videos, and they're broadcasting it on all the local news, and it's big stories, and everybody's talking about it. It's on social media. Everybody's looking up in the sky, and then all of a sudden, nobody's talking about it anymore. And shall come into Egypt, which is America, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, because what's going to happen? They're going to see, basically, Isaiah 25:7, the Lord is going to pull the covering cast over all people. And they're going to finally, at the end, see everything that we've been saying is true. The Lord is going to pull that curtain. Okay, but it's going to be too late for these people. That's when they're going to be destroyed. I mean, it's going to be a terrible time. Okay, and we're coming into that terrible time, the days of sorrow, famine, diseases, okay, plagues, okay, no social services. Trump gonna turn off your social services, or it's going to be, married with, okay, or there's going to be what's the word? There's going to be conditions. There's going to be conditions to be able to have EBT, the conditions to be able to have housing, conditions to be able to have this, to have that. And ultimately, those conditions are going to move forward, or be monitored by AI, okay, blockchain, okay, and then ultimately to be able to receive all these things to buy and sell, you're going to have to take the MAR to the K. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And this is what's happening already politically, and then it's going to turn physically. Okay, you're going to have the right and the left. You're going to have race wars. You're going to have class wars. Okay, you're going to have military going against military. Okay, you're going to have Europe going against America. It's going to be a complete breakdown in society. Okay, the Edomite is going to be fighting against the Edomite, and you see that with the right-left paradigm. A lot of it's used to usher you into a new system, but also it's real too. Okay, and this is a low-level kingdom, because you can see, they boast in how great they are, but let me get Nahum. I believe it's Nahum. You see that America's not what what people thought it would be, or it's not how it used to be. Okay, you have a lot of individuals moving away from America. You have a lot of men. They going to Colombia. They going to the Philippines. They going to Thailand. Okay, even going to Europe, where Europe is a hellhole. They got all those they got a migrant crisis as well. Okay, I believe it's the 3rd chapter. Okay. Let me start at 4. Let me start at 1. I'm going to jump. Excuse me. Nahum 3:1. Woe means destruction, by the way. Woe to the bloody city. Well, how was America established? It was established by blood. Okay, and that's the big elephant in the room. This is, what nobody wants to speak about. Okay. And when you bring it up, you're hated. When you bring it up, you're, disregarded. In the scriptures, it talks about Psalm 73 that they speak ill concerning oppression. When we bring up our oppression, that's when, everybody has a problem with what we're saying. We should just shut up and go to work. Shut up and take the food stamps. We should be appreciative of what the so-called white man is doing for us. Okay, but they blast, all the so-called atrocities, made up shit that has happened to them, like the small hats. Okay, the little hat people. Okay, the big nose people. Oh yeah, this happened to us. Da 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 da. You gotta feel sorry for us. And they're the biggest welfare state. All right, they get the most of everything. Okay, that's just the way that is set up. But the Lord is getting ready to take all that. Okay, and all these nations getting ready to come down upon you. Okay, we're in that time. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. We're the prey, and America is established by nothing but lies. You've been lied to. You've been lied to about the food that you're eating. You've been lied to about the money that you use. The system here in America is a goddamn lie. The history is a goddamn lie. Okay, everything is a lie. Let me jump down, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, which America is that harlot. It goes to bed with all nations. The mistress of witchcraft is fulfilled. I mean, the majority of our women they practice witchcraft. The majority of our people, they practice witchcraft. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. They have rebelled. Ultimately, and America is pretty much the icon of rebellion. It's the role model of the earth in rebellion. And the Lord's going to take out all you other nations too. Okay? For, lying in bed with Babylon the Great. Taking Babylon the Great's money, allowing all type of the demonic behavior, happy behavior in your countries. And you see that when these countries that don't allow happy behavior, their sanctions are placed upon them. Their leaders are demonized. Their government is demonized. They're blocked off from trading amongst the rest of the nations. They're not allowed to, build infrastructure. Okay, they're not allowed to prosper. And the nations that sell out, they're allowed to prosper with condition. That sell of nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. Yeah, because it's all based upon witchcraft. It's all based upon rebelling against the Most High and being proud about it too. Not just rebelling. It's no more being, worshiping these gods in secret and saying these things in secret. And dress, you have to dress up like a woman at home. That's a shame for you to come outside. Now is you come outside and somebody better not say nothing against you. You could be 5, 6, 700 pound big black wildebeest, and you can't, and somebody deny you access to, the lift. There's a story on that. They deny you access to, get in their car. Now all of a sudden you're on you're on every news station. You're on social media talking about this is wrong. You suing them. It's a big fucking mess. And the Most High is going to use those missiles to clean it up. Okay, you got a big mess on the ground. What does the scripture say? The besom of destruction, which means like a broom. And the Lord is going to sweep this place and clean it up. Okay, and destroy everybody here that's not part of the elect here in Babylon the Great. And then no longer will you have this abominable, evil, wicked, vibration in the earth. The earth is going to rejoice. The animals are going to rejoice. The trees are going to rejoice. Okay, the Israelites are going to rejoice. Okay, and then ultimately, the nations, they're going to rejoice when they're, placed back in their land. But they're going to be under the Israelites forever. The only nation that's not going to rejoice are the Edomites. All right, because they're the end of the world. Okay. It says, behold, I am against thee, right? The Lord is against you. Esau, said the Lord, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, in the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And the nations see your filth. They see that skirt. Isaiah 47 about lifting up the skirt. Okay, come sit down in the dust and sit in confusion. Because here it is, you're supposed to be the greatest nation, right? The highest level military, and you just had an F-16, and it's caught on camera, fall out of the sky. Okay, the nations are watching your government, fight each other, and that's going to turn actually physical. They're seeing people losing their jobs. Okay, these nations come over here for vacation, and they're seeing homelessness. They're seeing that the citizens are on drugs. It's a big mess, and so they're patiently waiting. It talks about that in Obadiah, how the men of thy confederacy have deceived thee. Because you pretty much give all these nations aid. And that's what that USAID was about. Was there's more programs, there's more things that they give. That's just, the illusion of pulling back, money to, so-called save America. All right, but these nations, you take care of these nations. You push your happy agenda, and then you give them money. And now you're trying to pull that money back. But the nations like, man, to hell with your money. The Medes, the Russians, they're to hell with your money. The Most High is going to put a very warlike spirit on them to come against you. They're going to have an evil eye towards you. Even your allies in Europe, they're going to have an evil eye towards you. They're going to shoot missiles. Okay, those missiles that you place in Germany, okay, in Lithuania, and all NATO, those missiles are going to be turned upon you. Ain't that something? Okay, so it's just a big mess, and the Most High is going to take you out. I'm back in Isaiah 19. Let me finish this up. And I will set the Egyptian, we'll read verse 2 again, against the Egyptian, which is American against American, or Edomite against Edomite, and Jacob's going to be involved in that as well. And they shall fight everyone against his brother. You see that in this political sparring match that they have on every news outlet. It's either going to be a Republican news outlet, or it's going to be a Democratic news outlet, and then sometimes you have more moderate, and they might lean to the left or the right. That's the only two narratives that you have, and they both talk shit against each other. They both threaten each other. They both say everything that the left and the right is doing is wrong. If the left says everything the right is doing is wrong, we can do it better, and the right say everything that the left is doing wrong, we can do it better. How does a nation run like that? You can't run a nation like that. Okay, that nation is bound to fall. And we're literally living in the last few seconds of this nation falling. It's literally falling. Yahushua said he has beheld Satan fall from heaven as lightning. This is how quick this man is going. The days, I was talking to a brother earlier, and I was asking what day it was. I'm like, damn, what day is it? I was like, damn. Let me see. Thursday. Yeah, I was like, it's Thursday? Shit. Things is moving quick. To the Most High is getting ready to make a speedy riddance out of this bitch, man. Okay, and Esau knows he's going down. How many times we got to say this? And all you Israelites that got plans for the future, you're trying to buy land, so you can build upon it, and so-called transgenerational wealth. You're trying to get that bag. You put off the day of the Lord. You put off coming to serve Yahweh Shema Shai because you don't find any benefit to it. Well, you're going to be taken by surprise when all these things happen. Okay, then you're going to be searching out for Yahweh Shema Shai. You're going to be searching for the prophets, and they're not going to be there. You're going to know that it's just destruction. Destruction is coming for you. And we hasten that day, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Right. This so-called well-oiled machine, but really it's really a well-oiled machine of chaos. This thing, your social services are going to fail. Okay, your sanitation services is going to fail. Okay, you're not going to be able to get any clean drinking water. Okay, beef is not going to be readily available. Chicken is not going to be readily available. Okay, all your fresh produce is not going to be readily available. Okay, the nations are going to stop selling things to you. It's literally going to break from the inside out. Okay, your young men are going to be thrown into these into the military and detention centers. Women are going to mourn. Their husbands are going to die in the wars. They're going to mourn because you're going to have men that's going to be grabbing them up, taking them out, doing what they do, and then taking their ass out. Okay, and if you don't have protection, that's literally your ass. This is judgment day, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols. They're gonna seek more to Jesus Christ. You're gonna have these Jesus Christ freaks calling on Jesus to save them. That's an idol. They're gonna seek to Allah. They're gonna be, praying to the rock. Okay, they're gonna be praying to these different, Sejra. They're gonna be praying to these Buddha, to these different idols, right? And to charmers, seeking, individuals that, cast spells, psychics, and them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards, those that practice witchcraft, that practice the dark arts. Okay, the peepers that peep into, try to look in the future. Okay, tarot card readers. You see what I'm saying? People that, cast spells. Like maybe I need to go into witchcraft. Maybe I need to get this herb, light this sage. I need to what do they call? What do these people do? They try to manifest. They try to say affirmations on the left hand side. They try to manifest their reality. They'll write things down 100 times. Every time you get up in the morning, say this to yourself. Put stones on, and all that bullshit. Which certain things can be done on the right hand side in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, but we know that ultimately these things are turned for evil. You can use pretty much everything for good, but everything here in this society has been turned for evil. Okay, so they're lighting sage in the hopes to cause spirits to help their ass out. Okay, but it's all that is going to fail. The mighty men, their strength is going to fail. All right, the wise men, their strength is going to fail. The most top intellectual and IQ, this and that, and Harvard graduate and Yale graduate and doctor's degree and intellectual and all that bullshit is going to fail, because the things that are coming, you don't have any power over them. And it seems like you have power over, your future. You are what you manifest. You want to be broke, so that, that's your choice. If you want to be rich, you'll go out and get it. You have people so-called were able to win in this society. But now that's all getting stopped. The Most High is getting ready to take you people out. And the things that are happening is like unbelievable to you people, because it's a big mess. You don't even know what to believe. And you're being attacked on every side, okay, by the same individual that is giving you all these pleasures. Okay, Edom that told you everything was all right. They said that witchcraft is fine. They said being a goddamn demon was fine. They said being a mole was fine. Now you're paying. Now that it's the consequences. And Egypt will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And it's looking like Trump is that cruel Lord, because he's coming in, he's firing thousands of people and giving you deadlines. Hey, look. All right, you got 2 weeks to take this package. Okay? I'm going to give you enough money until September. All right, but I'm firing your ass. And if you don't want to take the package, the deal is off the table. And a lot of people, and then so you have the Democrats saying, no, fight it. Don't leave your position. Fight it. He can't do that. Well, that's that cruel Lord. He can do whatever the fuck he want to do. Okay, the elites are allowing him to do that because it's the plan of the elites for the total collapse of Babylon the Great, but it's ultimately, and they know it's the collapse of their society. But they're going to still move forward with their agenda because it's the agenda of Yahweh Shema Shai. And this is what we're telling you. All these things that are happening, Yahweh Shema Shai are doing it. Okay? And we're here to, prophesy, tell you that these things are going to happen before they're going to happen. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord. You're going to be, well, look what he's doing with the migrants. If you say certain things against the small hats, your ass can get locked up. So-called against Christians, your ass can get locked up. And pretty soon, if you say something against the king, okay, Trump, and what's happening, you're going to get locked up. You say something against their universal basic income. You say something against the chip. You say something against the policies. Okay, they're going to call it sedition. And you're going to be visited. AI going to point your ass out. And you're going to have some police officers or some type of task force come and grab your ass up and throw your ass into a detention center. Okay, that's what's coming. And a fierce king shall rule over them, right? See? Said the Lord of hosts, or said Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. So that's what's happened. Let me close it up in here and mark what Yahweh Shai, basically told the wicked scribes and Pharisees that were, pretty much saying that he's casting out demons or he's working miracles in the spirit of Satan. And he cut their ass. Mark 3:22, and the scribes which came down from Jerusalem said, he has Beelzebub, and by the prince of the devils casteth he out devil. And they're gonna blame, they're gonna pretty much say the same thing against stuff. And you have certain people that already said that this is a demonic movement. This is not of God. We come in the spirit of Satan. We practice witchcraft. Okay, so what they've done to our master, they're gonna do to the servants. All right, and the Most High has pretty much prepared us for that. As this place crashes, they're gonna blame us, and we're just so-called poor, in their eyes, poor Black and Hispanics, Native Americans. All we're doing is reading the Bible, but somehow they're gonna flip the script and say what we're doing is causing America to not to be great. Just like they're blaming the migrants. They're blaming the migrants. Number one, your government literally lets the migrants in. They literally let them in. But you won't blame the different policies. You won't be mad at the different policies that your government is taking to take more of your rights away. All right, to increase your taxes, to make your life hard, to make opening a business hard, to allow these corporations to feed you poison, to feed your children poison, to give you low-level education, to keep you confused. But you won't get mad about that. But see, when all this is pretty much manifests right before your eyes, because you're gonna be starving, you once had money and you don't have any money. You now have to use digital money. Then it's going to come to reality. And as I said in 2 Ezra the 15th chapter, they shall not regard the kings nor prince. But it's too fucking late. The deed has already been done. Okay, and a lot of people are going to get taken out. The NW to the O requires lots of sacrifices to be fulfilled. So a lot of people are going to be taken out in the midst. A lot of Edomites, they're going to be fighting. A lot of Jakes going to be fighting against it. And he called unto him, and he said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? Right? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So you have the right trying to come in and clean up what the left did. And you have the left trying to stop what the right is doing. How the hell can you have a society like that when there's conflict? And Yahweh Shai said it perfectly. Right? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. People hate each other. Okay, customer service, you go to any, it's very rare to have good customer service. Everybody's sick. Everybody's juiced up. Everybody's drunken off Babylon, the wine. Okay, everybody's irritated. People are dead broke. They're not living wages. So yeah, you can't even expect to have good service. But that's just that is the effect or the after effect of bad leadership. So everybody hates each other, and everybody is given unto evil. So there's a consequence when you give yourself when your so-called lifestyle is really a death style of abominations. People eat abominations. Their mindset is all off. They're geared towards just wickedness. You have adultery. They're idol worshipers. Okay, they're pagans. And a lot of our people, they're pagans, because you can tell them, and someone will agree that they're Israelites, but they'll still practice Christmas and Halloween. They'll say it's for the kids. It's just tradition. You are not going to get Jake out of that mindset. The Most High is just going to take Jake out. A lot of you Jakes is going to get taken out. Pretty much purged out. That's what Trump is doing. He's purging you Jakes out. He's starting with you Latin tribes first. He's going after this so-called DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, or I believe it's inclusion. Okay. He's allowing for you Jakes to kill each other. Okay. Then he's going to just come in. He's going to throw you in the meat grinder. He's going to put a U.S. military fatigue on you. M16, he's going to throw your ass out there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and you're going to die out there. And a lot of you niggas is going to be killing each other, okay, because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. Okay, he's done with you niggas, man. He's bringing in his AI robots. And a house divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So we know definitively that America cannot stand. It has an end. The end is now. Because it's a mess. Everything has to be done in decently in order. You can't have individuals in the same house fighting each other. You can't have individuals that run the country fighting each other. They can't agree on what's the direction of America. Okay, that's a big mess. That's conflict. That's confusion. But it's been working for so long because the Most High, He propped it up. Okay, but now the Lord is getting ready to pull the rug from under your feet, and you got a lot of Edomites that can see that, and they're afraid. They're stocking up. They're trying to move out of the country. They're getting bunkers. They're trying to fight, and they still have like that. Maybe we can stop it. Maybe Trump, he's the one that's going to help us out. When Trump is there to basically be a snare unto you Edomites, and you people that trust in Egypt, spiritual Egypt, America. Babylon the Great. You trust in this mess. It says, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, that's what we see. He cannot stand, but has an end. So ultimately, what's the conclusion of the matter? The end of Esau's world. And this is the end of Esau's world. It's sloppy. It's stupid. It's retarded. It's ugly. It's messy. So ultimately, the mess is so big, the Lord is just going to, burn it with fire. Okay, so I'm going to close it there. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom to the elect.